What's up guys, Brett here with Simba Stocks. So I know you guys love our PDF that we put out every week. We pick our 3 weekly stock picks for you guys for the week that we think will have some momentum right off the levels they're at right now. Now the other pick that we do is a long-term pick, usually takes a couple months to play out. You guys have been asking for these each and every week, so we continually put them out, but I thought it would be cool to start a little video series to go along with this for you guys in order to grab the most information you can from the PDF. We'll scroll through it real quick. I won't do this for the rest of the videos, but just to outline what we do, right? We do our weekly stock picks here every Sunday. Little disclaimer there. We have our weekly preview, which I'll go over in a sec, which has the S&P 500 chart as well as the NASDAQ, right? Tech. We have our 3 weekly stock picks. This week we have JD, PayPal, and TSM. And then we have our long-term play of the week, guys, which is Uber this week. We also have our earnings reports that are coming this week, so you guys can take a look at that and pay attention to the moves that you get after some of these earnings or leading into them. A couple FAQs that a lot of you guys ask, we put in here as well. And then all of our socials are linked here too. We post this every week, guys, on our Dropbox on all socials, so you guys can download it for the full info there. But let's dive right into it, okay? So ES, right? S&P 500. So last week, guys, we had a pretty big sell-off in the market, right? We had our 10-year treasuries pumping, interest rates were up. So obviously, usually when we get a pump back in some of the interest rates on the treasuries, right, we're going to see a little bit of a sell-off in equities because they've been so low prior. A lot of the money's been pouring into equities like stocks, right, and crypto. So when we saw the yield start to increase on the 10-year, a little bit of a warning sign and a little bit of a pullback. It was a pretty strong pullback though, with a deep sell-off into the end of the week. But we did see a little bit of a bounce towards Thursday into Friday. Friday we did end up with a little bit of a sell-off towards the end, but right now futures are up currently about 0.75% on ES, a little bit more on NQ, and I believe if we take a look, the Russell is crushing it right now, up 1.5%, small caps. So we'll see what happens tomorrow, but anyway, let's go over the weekly PDF for this week. So what we expect, guys, is we have a long channel here, right, since March, COVID lows. We bounced again in October, November at the bottom of this channel. So this is where we can form our exact trend line, right? Bounced again at the end of January. And now here we are again in the beginning of March. So a couple scenarios that can play out, right? And we'll have to really see how the market digests some of the news that's coming this week. That will be stimulus news, right? I believe it passed in the House, so now they have to vote in the Senate, and I believe they want to do that by Friday. Also, we have non-farm payrolls coming out on Friday as well, so look for NFP data to either take us higher or lower, depending on how the market digests that. But a couple different routes we got, guys. We can expect a breakout of this little trend line top we have here back to the top of the channel, right? We still think our target is going to be 4,000 on ES. I still hold true to that as well until we break down here. If we do break down tomorrow, Tuesday or Wednesday, we could see some type of reaction like this with a deeper sell-off to the 3,500 range or so, okay? Otherwise, when we do get back up here, we can either blow off the top or possibly continue downwards. So we'll have to see. NASDAQ, not too much to mention, right? Tech had a big sell-off. We actually lost this channel here, but might be a little bit of a fake out. Who knows? This is a decent support at this level still, at the 12,750 level. Currently, we're breaking back above 13K, so we'll see how that plays out. So let's go into our main 3 picks here, guys. First one's going to be JD. Actually, a lot of these names that we picked this week kind of look the same. This one, pretty simple, guys. We have a long-term trend support here, right? All the way from August of 2020. Moving up, right? We had a big breakout of this key resistance at 92 or so. Now we're coming back to retest it. We got our 50-day moving average there. Looking at about a 2-to-1 risk to reward almost on this trade. So it looks pretty good, JD, guys. Next one, PayPal. PayPal sitting in the golden pocket, right? From our move from lows to highs, right? Right in the GP here. Pretty much the same thing though. 50-day moving average, guys. Also what? Previous resistance turns support. Very good R to R in this trade, 3-1. I take profits every $10 or so, guys. So entries about 260. Take profits, 270, 280. Final target 290. Same stop right below the GP and the 50-day moving average. TSM a little bit riskier, but I think it'll hold up here. There is a high demand for semis right now, guys, so be on the lookout for a move in AMD, Nvidia, TSM, and Intel, right? Sitting in the golden pocket as well from this initial breakout zone, right? We had a bit of a little snake ride up, right? But we are making consistent what? Higher lows every time we do retest this trend line, right? So let's look for a move up. Same thing here, guys. Stop is below the 50-day, pretty much below this candle. We want to keep our stops tight this week because anything can happen. Target would be almost to the top of the range, but top of the previous high here at 136, okay? So lastly, guys, we have Uber. It's our long-term pick. I believe that this is going to be a good name to play long-term. They have a strong model with the Uber Eats program they have. A lot of people adopted it and have used it that previously weren't using any food delivery apps before. Did take a pretty big sell-off though because they lost the Supreme Court case in the UK. But as long as this trend line holds here and this golden pocket holds as well, I think you guys would be good. You might want to add on the way down before it hits the stop around $48. But I believe this name will continue past all-time highs of 64 plus. But that's it, guys. I'll do these every week. I'll try to keep them a little bit shorter and get right to the point. But stonks only go up. Later.